Hello hammerheads, thanks for tuning in. It is now 3:52 AM. Yeah, well I've been on late shift this week, back shift you see. I like this shift better. And that fucking halogen heater. Jesus, I'm fucking roasting here. Christ. Anyway, I got a cheque yesterday morning through the post. Undisclosed amount, I'm not telling you. But it's from my publisher. That's all you're going to see of it. Not many details on it. Creator revenues, blah de blah de blah de blah de. Well, I'll get it in the bank as soon as possible. Yeah, it was like, I knew in the end it would start paying off. You know, I remember when I thought of writing this book. It was like just a kind of like idea I had. I didn't think I'd see it in print. No, I didn't think I'd see it in print, but there it is. If you want to buy this, I mean, this is a the one you buy now is different lettering. It's caps. This is just a rough copy of this. But I'll leave, I mean, it's available all over the world on online bookshops, Barnes and Noble, blah de blah, some Australian ones, Julie's books on eBay, here, there, everywhere. I've seen it in Japanese print even, Russian. Lots of different bookshops online all over the world you can get this. But the quickest and easiest is probably Amazon. I mean, you can get the American Amazon, the UK Amazon, this Amazon. Well, I'll leave the link down. I'll leave two links. I'll leave the American one and I'll leave the English link to Amazon down there if you want to get it. If you want to support me, sell more copies and stuff, you know. I need to get this more promoted, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not for want of not trying. I mean, I've managed to get it in 2 newspapers, one being the Daily Mirror, which is a big British national one, only one I read because it's a Labour one. And, yeah. So if you fancy a very gory thriller with lots going on in it, you know, lots of twists, lots of turns, a mass murderer, a serial killer, or is the mass murderer a spree killer? He kills like about 7 people in 2 days, so, well, I suppose, yeah. And you've got the serial killer, you think. Nobody knows who. So a couple of people have read this and have guessed who the killer was. Shit. Yeah, I'm a bit tipsy. I had a few beers when I come in from work. I've only had about 3. You wouldn't think, would you? I just bought some fucking buds from work and they're a bit, not Budweisers, green buds. And a bit too strong for me. Fucking hell, man. Alcohol is the only thing that tames the strength of it, I suppose. If that makes it. Do you want me to read the synopsis out? Because it goes on forever. I mean, look at it. Right then. Tommy Donahue is trying to make the best of his life. He has a shady past and a hatred for violence. But an encounter with 3 thugs in his pub prompts his past to catch up with him. He's informed that ruthless crime lord Frank the Hatchet Hackett wants to meet with him. He has no choice but to attend the meeting, as he owes Hackett a big favour that goes back 7 years. Now he's calling it in. As Donahue is drawn into a merciless and violent underworld, his life begins to crumble piece by piece around him, stretching his sanity to the limit and forcing him to wrestle with overwhelming feelings of guilt, sorrow, regret and even love. Detective Inspector Tony Johnson is a dying man consumed by bitterness and hatred. He is the one police officer who can't be bought. And he also has unfinished business with Donahue and Hackett, but being suspended from a corrupt and negligent police department, he ironically invents his own rules to exact justice upon his adversaries. Bobby Smith suffered appalling injuries at the hands of Hackett on the school playing fields in 1980, and after years of surgery to reconstruct his face, he embarks on a 3-day murderous rampage in the summer of 1984, roaming the Lake District and killing innocent campers indiscriminately. When he escapes from a secure psychiatric unit in the present day, Hackett's empire begins to collapse as his family and criminal associates are brutally slain one by one. However, the list of Hackett's enemies is endless, so the elusive serial killer could be just about anybody, and the incompetent police force have no leads, no witnesses, nothing. Brian, Donahue's younger brother, is a small-time villain who, with an assortment of delinquent hoodlums, graduates to robbery and murder in order to fund his girlfriend's crack addiction. He successfully eludes authorities until the ultimate job that will set him up for life, but his luck is about to run out with disastrous consequences. Meanwhile, Plappy, PLAPI, the People's Lobby Against Police Incompetence, are a self-styled group of vigilante rabble-rousers who are set to tear the city apart at the very seams as their daring protest march draws ever nearer. The bloody riot that ensues makes the Tyneside riots of 1991 seem pale by comparison. Final paragraph. From the seedy back streets of Amsterdam to the dangerous streets of Newcastle, this is an epic tale of murder, revenge and corruption. Brimming with unforgettable characters and suspects, it hurtles towards an explosive climax followed by the ultimate showdown which will change the lives of the survivors forever. Yep, The Long Cold Winter by Trevor Andrew Vidamour. I mean, Mershin Durkin one says she's going to review that on her channel because she wants to read it again as well. And, you know, she's not a reader. Used to take her about fucking 6 months to read the news of the world. And that was like half of it. And then she'd get fucking fed up. So I can't believe she read that in 3 nights. And I knew she did because I know she did because she mentioned all the details in it. And And I said to her, oh, do you remember when he did this? Oh yeah, and he did this and that. I can't, it's hard to believe that. I mean, Angie reading that. She never reads fucking novels, eh? I've lent her a few books in the past, and I think she's only read one all the way through. And that was about John Wayne Gacy. And that was The Last Victim, that was called. It wasn't so much about his killings, it was so much about this American lad who's like, everyone else at school was busy doing a proper homework and proper studies and going out with girls, but not him. He was researching serial killers and various top security prisons around the country. You know, and he got lots of replies from them when he wrote them letters, like the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. For instance, Charles Manson. I think they all wrote back to him, corresponded, but Gacy was his main objective. And he actually got into the cell and sat with him. I'm like, bestseller, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you want to be a writer, you've got to throw yourself to the four winds, I'm afraid. See you later, hammerheads.